Village here in Indianapolis, Indiana, as we celebrate the 18th Sunday in Ordinary Time. You know, that first quote from the first reading is a very famous one, and the traditional translation is, "Vanity of vanities, all is vanity." Yeah. And when we come to understand that, that's when we get to be free. And you know, my dear friends, the readings are repeating again and again and again. You will never find happiness and freedom with material things. It's not going to happen. Where you're going to find fullness of life is in the spiritual dimension of your person. That's where it is. And you know, I was so blessed to be brought up in a little Polish neighborhood in Omaha, Nebraska, where people had a totally different mentality than most of the people in the United States today. You know, the Polish people who came over from Europe when I was, well, just before I was born, you know, they had nothing. And they came to this country, and they were thrilled to be able to have the necessities of life. And everything else was to be used to help other people. And my grandmother was such a wonderful example of that. You know, you could not tell from the homes that people lived in who had money and who did not. Now, my grandmother was a very wealthy lady, and she lived in a 3-room home, and she was very happy. She felt like she had everything in the world because she had a level of life that for her was totally fulfilling. And everything else was to be given to others to help them. So when people would come, especially during the war, and they would say to her, "Mrs. Kudlatz, I don't have money, but I need to have food." She would say, "He's all right, I put on bill." And they never got paid, and she didn't care. And you know, that was a mentality in the entire neighborhood. I think it's really important for all of us to pay close attention to what it says in the gospel. If you're the kind of person who puts all of your effort into making money and gathering material things, you're never going to find happiness there. Happiness is joy and peace and health and happiness. Those are all immaterial things. Now, there's nothing wrong with having wealth, but with that comes responsibility. And I think that it's really important to look at what the gospel says. You know, if you spend your life just collecting material things, you're going to be really surprised when God says it's your time and you have to leave all that behind. You know, I thought it was rather interesting to note that people make comments like, "The one who has all the toys and the biggest toys when they die win." think to myself, what does that mean? Now, you know, I am so grateful to those of you out there who help us here at the Hermitage. So many of you not only come to our classes, but you tell people about our classes. I am absolutely thrilled that all of you are watching this homily and telling other people about it. And you know, each week we touch thousands of people, trying to help them to understand the basic truths of the spirit world and help them to get the balance. And that's the secret. In the Successful Living class, which is our signature program, we talk about 7 major areas in your life. But what's important is the balance. And I think it might be a good idea for you during this week. Look into your life and find out what your relationship is to material things and to money. You know, I look at some of these people who think that money and power are the be all and end all of life here on earth. How empty. When they don't really understand the loving process, which is the fulfillment of any human being. Please take some time out this week. Check out your relationship with money and with material things. And find out if you've got that balance between the spirit world and the material world. It's very important. Hope you have a wonderful week, and God bless you all.